Well, the big political story right now, the Rajya Sabha has voted and passed the Juvenile Justice Bill, which seeks to amend the law to allow trying those over 16 years of age and accused of heinous crimes as adults. The left walked out before the vote after CPM leader Sitaram Yechury suggested the bill be sent to a parliamentary panel called a select committee for review. And that vote coming at the end of a debate spearheaded by Maneka Gandhi, Union Minister for Women and Child Development, who made a strong pitch for it, saying it couldn't be more nuanced and compassionate. The bill has already been passed in the Lok Sabha. However, remember, it won't affect the fate of the youngest convict in the December 16, 2012 gang rape case in any way.
बिल पास हो गया, अच्छा है, कम से कम आने वाले बच्चियों के लिए शायद ये कामयाब हो और हमारी बच्चियां सुरक्षित हो। मुझे तसल्ली है, लेकिन मुझे कहीं न कहीं दुख है कि हमें हमारी निर्भया को न्याय नहीं मिला।
आपको लगता है जो बिल पारित है एज इट इज आप एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, इसमें कुछ और बदलाव भी आप चाहते थे?
वो बदलाव बात की बात है, जो पहले हो गया है बहुत अच्छा हुआ। एक ही बार छत पर नहीं चढ़ा जाता है, कदम बाई कदम चढ़ सकता है आदमी, बाकी ठीक है।
Rahul Srivastava joining us with the latest on that story. It's been an extraordinary day in the Rajya Sabha, Rahul, debate and finally the passage of the Juvenile Justice Amendments Bill. A victory for public pressure, certainly, but at what cost?
Ankita, what I will say that the passing of the Juvenile Justice Bill can be called unprecedented in the history of Indian Parliament. 13 times since the last monsoon session, the Juvenile Justice Bill was on the list of business by the government to be passed, but disruptions ensured that the bill did not get even taken up. Yesterday morning, when the day started in Parliament, there were noisy scenes, there were disruptions, and there was some kind of a visible pressure because of which the Congress members stood up and said, let's take up this bill tomorrow. After that, the government, realizing that there is pressure, the opposition is warming up to the idea, decided it can be taken up on Monday afternoon. But then again, opposition parties said, why today, why not tomorrow? A bill which was taken up today afternoon at 2 o'clock, and it was not on the horizon, just 24 hours ago, has been passed by Parliament. Not one party actually was openly saying that it wants to pass the bill. The government had moved it, but it had its own doubts. The Congress party was totally divided on it. The last Women and Child Welfare Minister, in fact, went on record that it should be sent to a select committee. Political parties across the political ideological spectrum, JDU, NCP, Samajwadi Party and several others wanted the bill to be sent to the select committee. The Trinamool Congress was speaking against the bill being sent to a select committee till a few days back. Today came out in support. Eventually, at the end of the day, there were several amendments. Not one amendment was moved by those who had initially introduced it. Eventually, the bill was passed unchanged from what it was introduced, from what the Lok Sabha had passed. And what it really underlines is the kind of public pressure which was there on parliamentarians. Perhaps it can become an example for the nation that if people want something to be done by the parliament, eventually public pressure does succeed. What was the public pressure? Depicted by, I will say that the public pressure was depicted by the parents of Jyoti sitting in the visitors gallery, perhaps representing the ambition and aspirations of people of the country, that parliaments need to work, parliament needs to legislate, and it is that pressure which eventually seems to have worked, and Maneka Gandhi and the BJP NDA government can go back and say that they have passed a landmark judgment. None of the MPs are saying that this is the perfect bill, but this definitely is a start which Parliament can keep improving on. Also very importantly in this, that several parties have given several suggestions. Eventually it will be the task of the ministry headed by Maneka Gandhi, which has to create an infrastructure which can be perhaps the right foundation for what the Parliament has legislated. The bill will be sent after it has been passed by both houses to President of India, where the President of India will put his signature to it, and once a notification to the Gazette comes, Juvenile Justice Bill will become an act.